Okay, well, while everybody is joining, we already have a couple of things that we can do. And first of all, I think it's appropriate to introduce myself. I've prepared this small slide. So my name is Samuel. I'm a product specialist at Ample Market, and I was born in Belgium. I'm currently living with my wife and daughter in Portugal, and one of my favorite hobbies is cycling, especially in the mountains. It's extremely relaxing and also challenging at the same time. And one curiosity, currently I'm studying a lot to make excellent pizza at home. So if you have any tips and tricks that you want to share, or if you want information from my side, we can dedicate another webinar to that topic. But so basically that was it. If you have any other questions, you can shoot me. Um, okay. Let's get down to business. This is the first Ample Market webinar. Basically, we launched this project because we think that Ample Markets data can help you a lot in improving your sales performance. And that's also why we will dedicate a series of webinars with specific topics that we know that can actually push your sales performance to the next level. And today I would like to focus on how to generate leads with the LinkedIn extension. And I'll tell you first why that is. What is the value that we're going to take of this first 30 minutes? Then I also want you to have a clear takeaway when after these 30 minutes. I really want you to be able to go browse LinkedIn and tackle those challenges. At the end, I just want to take care of your questions. So shoot me the questions in the Q&A section. If we do not manage to handle all the questions in this session, I will export them all, and then I will also send a reply to all of the questions, and I will send it to all of you. Okay. So okay, let's get ahead. So Ample Market works with multiple companies all over the globe. Different sizes, very different industries as well, different titles that they are targeting. But one thing that Ample Market is showing us is that better sales performance is directly impacted by the amount of personalization that you add in your campaigns. When we then think of what does personalization mean, we see that this you can split it up in three variables. You have a relevant audience. It needs to be a relevant message that you're sending to that relevant audience, and it also needs to be at a relevant time. So the better you score at each and single one of these topics, the better your sales performance will be. And so basically that's also what I would like to show you today in how does that practically work? Because I know that this seems obvious, but let's see an example that we saw actually worked. And therefore I created this specific use case, so you can actually see how it works. And in this case, I created this fake Ample Market user that is working for a digital marketing agency, and they are launching a new TikTok strategy. They want to acquire new customers with this new strategy. So when we look at their ideal customer profile, they are looking to grow their company's market presence by leveraging social media, right? And a lot of common titles that are involved are founders, CEOs of rather smaller companies, and then marketing managers in larger companies. So as I mentioned before, you are able to attack this personalization in multiple ways, right? But specifically today, I would like to focus on how Ample Markets extension helps you to do that. And therefore, I wanted to bring it to LinkedIn, because this is where it all starts. And one of the things that I think is an important note is you can actually start searching with a lot of hashtags on LinkedIn. And in this case, what I'm looking for is relevant posts that are related to TikTok. So what I can do is just type content and the keyword TikTok, right? So what it will do now is it will search for all the posts that are containing the keyword that we put in there. And what we see is we have almost 3,549 posts that are a possible target for us. What I did was I checked this out before, but you can see that there are quite some posts that that can be interesting. For example, if you can see, this one has a 203. Okay, this one might be interesting as well to check. But when I was preparing this webinar, I found this one. And this one is it's a post written by Taylor Offer. It's quite a famous LinkedIn influencer. And one of the things that I saw he wrote was, TikTok is the most democratized social media platform ever. Yeah, this is exactly what the post that this user needs to be able to target, right? So in order to understand whether we have a relevant target audience, we have not less than almost 3,000 likes and comments. So if I click on it, I just want to check, do I have a relevant target audience? And I find a co-founder, I found an owner, we have marketing people, head of marketing. Okay, so we definitely have a relevant target audience here. Okay, so this is something that you can check just before you start working on a specific post by just opening it and get an overview of, okay, is this relevant for me or not? In this case, for this user, definitely yes. So let's now ask Ample Market to help us out here. And Ample Market is putting this export button right here. And if you click on it, what will happen is you will see that on the right-hand side, the LinkedIn extension will appear. And Ample Market here gives you a couple of options. So you can actually directly export these people to your dashboard, and you can decide whether you want to export only the people that liked or also the ones that commented or vice versa. And adding to that, you can even choose the keywords that need to be present in their titles. So in this case, for example, I'm looking for, let's do the exercise together. It's still here from my previous exercise, but you can just write, okay, I'm looking for CEOs. I want founders as well. I'm also looking for marketing, maybe social media as well. That can be interesting as well to test. And then there are a couple of keywords that I also want to exclude. If someone has CEO in his title, but it's an assistant, I'm not particularly interested in speaking to the assistant. Also, interns do not have any decision power, so that wouldn't be so interesting, and students as well. So if we got this set up, so we have here 3,000 people that liked and commented this post. We are going to extract their likes and their comments that have this title, that have these keywords in their titles rather, and we can exclude also these titles. And then Ample Market will allow us to add this to a specific profile. If the profile exists, you can add it there, but in this case, you can also just, for example, create a profile that is non-existent at the moment and just hit create test and then add it to your profile. So you will see that Ample Market will now process these leads, extract them and import them on the dashboard. Depending on the size of the post, the time might differ. In this case, it's quite a large post, so it will take some time. But let's take a look at, I would like to show you now, if we go to Ample Market, okay, where does this actually show up? So if we go into the platform, so this is my Ample Market account, and I go into my customer profiles in the left-hand side, left bar, yes. Then what I have here is the customer profiles that I made with the searcher, which we can do a webinar on later on. But when you go into the uploaded customer profiles, you can see that Ample Market is now processing the test profile that I created. As it's a large post, it's taking some time, which is why I already have done the same exercise previously, so we can just go ahead and work further. So by just opening this customer profile, let's take a look at what we find. Okay, so Ample Market extracted these people that actually liked and commented on this post, and what we see is Ample Market is providing us the email. It's already there. We have the first name, the last name. We have even the titles, which is according to what we asked for. And then what you can see is we also have their company name, their size of the company name, also different industries, which is also extremely relevant if we want to personalize. And one additional thing that I want to draw your attention to rather, is this interaction type. So Ample Market, when we extract, we also add this information that we know that these leads like the post. We also have, you will see if you can see that if, for example, this would have been someone that commented, this would say commented. And another additional information that we add here is the name of the person that actually posted this this LinkedIn post. So basically, we have now fulfilled the first variable, which is this relevant target audience that we just in almost no time were able to find. So next up is the relevant message, right? So what we can do is let's select these first five leads, and we can start a sequence straight from the customer profile. Okay, we chose 5 leads. Let's hit next. And now we need to choose a relevant message. So one of the things that I've done is I created a post that I can use for every LinkedIn post that is relevant for this particular use case. As you can see, it has a lot of personalization possibilities. It's also leveraging one of my favorite features of Ample Market, which is the liquid language. We're not going to go into deep on that feature. Stay tuned. This is one of the future webinars, because we know that this is an important one as well to focus on. But I already leverage it in this template just to show you how powerful it can be as well in this exercise. So by just clicking next, let's take a look at what we have right now. Exactly. And so what we have here is these 5 leads that we imported. Let me just close this up. Exactly, so we can see the full screen. We have 5 leads with all the information that we just saw in the customer profile. Then we have this template, and it's already filled in with majority of the information that we have. So let's take a look at actually what we are actually saying. So let's leverage as many data points as possible, right? So we know the first name of the person, and we also know that they liked or commented the post. So let's use it immediately in the subject line, and also the name of the person that posted it. So in this case, what you can see is, "Hi Anna, I saw you liked Taylor Offer's post." That's already a very personalized subject line that gets your open rates through the roof. And then let's start the email exactly with the same thing. But what you see here is, and that's because my template is a standard template that I created that I can use for every post related to TikTok, is that, okay, I need to replace this with the post content. And what I'm going to do is make this template relevant to that specific post. So let's go back one moment to this post. Taylor Offer is saying TikTok is the most democratized social media platform ever. So it's definitely worthwhile to look into it. So basically what I just want to do is I'm just going to copy this part of the sentence, and I'm going to replace this. So and what do we have now is, okay, so "Hi Anna, I saw that you like Taylor Offer's post mentioning that TikTok is the most democratized social media platform ever." Then what I actually want to ask him is, okay, like it made me curious if you guys at Lancaster University in this case are already leveraging TikTok in your marketing efforts. Okay, so what I'm just trying to do is open that conversation, and even in this case it's saying Ample Market, but we would say, okay, at our company we recently launched a new marketing plan leveraging TikTok, and we are seeing some incredible results. So I was curious if you would like to jump on a call. Additionally, if we leverage Ample Market's liquid language, we will go in deeper on that one in a further webinar. But you can see that every single one of these messages is different, yeah, based on especially also their industries, their titles, etc., etc. Then we add a couple of follow-up messages that don't contain too much information. We just want to push our email back up in their inbox if they didn't reply. And basically what we have here is the template is ready. So we are ready to hit send now, which means that basically we now created this entire campaign. And I would like to recap what we just did. So if we go back to the slides, let's take a look at what we initially said, right? So Ample Market is saying that, okay, we have a better sales performance the more we score on each and single one of these variables that relates to personalization. So we need a relevant target audience. Definitely found a target audience that was relevant for this user. We found founders and marketing heads that were related to that post. Then we created a relevant message, which was, we modified the template that we have with a specific phrase that links to that post. And it's definitely also at a relevant time, because this post was, I think it was posted 1 week ago. So it's definitely, it's still fresh on the minds of the people if you would reach out to them about these things. So this was like a hands-on example of how you could do it with the LinkedIn extension. And that's also a little bit, that's also what I wanted to make sure you got. So now I also want to show you what I'm telling you is did this work? I can tell you it's a winner. What the replies that you will be getting sometimes is, okay, in this case, so this is one of the best prospecting emails I have received in a long time. Then somebody says, this was a great email, so I'm happy to connect, definitely. Someone else says, we would be interested in your demo indeed, nice catch, and then just the details to schedule that demo. So rather than showing you open rates, etc., because I know that these rates are extremely well, I just wanted to show you what people actually replied to these emails. So because we took the time, we know what they did, they liked that post. We also we made it relevant to them by leveraging Ample Market's liquid syntax, and yeah, we're reaching out as soon as possible after we did the whole process, after the post was posted. So this is basically the first exercise that we at Ample Market wanted to show you. That's also why now I would like to answer the questions that you asked me in the Q&A. So if you're still if you're still having any doubts or questions, keep sending them, because I also would like to take them out and then make a report so I can send it to everyone. So let me take a look at some of these questions. Okay, somebody is asking, okay, that's a good question. So somebody's asking if we are pushing these profiles from LinkedIn to Ample Market via the extension. So let's open the extension. Yeah. And is asking how we can actually create profiles instead of just pre-selecting the profiles that exist. Well, in fact, it's that simple. You can just start to write, and you are creating a new customer profile. So indeed, it might be, we are working on that to make that a little bit more visible, but it's there. You can just create it and split it up the way you want. Another question is regarding these keywords. Somebody's asking, okay, where are they exactly searching for these keywords for? So if you open this, yeah. So what we do is we actually run through this title, this LinkedIn title, and we just look if any of these keywords is present. If yes, then we will import. If there's any keyword present that you want to exclude, we will not export it. Okay. How do you search for the most relevant posts on LinkedIn? Okay, so this was one exercise, right? We have this, if you use this content symbol, you can actually type whatever keywords you want. I can give a few examples. For example, if for Ample Market, one of the things that we even do is not only looking for content, but we also look for particular hashtags. Okay, in this case, and then you would have, in this case, it has a lot of followers as well, so it's easier to find the posts here, but they exist. We have, yeah, there are multiple. You can actually see them here on the left-hand side. We also have the outbound sales that we find. So there is definitely a lot of ways on LinkedIn to find these posts that are relevant for you. Another thing that we already did and that we are doing is also keeping track of if somebody is writing a blog post about the 25 best influencers on LinkedIn about this specific industry, then we are able to we just start to follow them, so their posts also start to show up in our feed. And so yeah, these are a couple of tricks. I will speak about that with the team if any of our team members has other ideas. Also, if you want to send me an email, if you have some difficulties in finding these posts, I can help trying to find them. Then how much time does it take to process all the leads you imported? Yeah, so I think I mentioned it, but I think it's important. It really depends on the size of the posts. If it's as little as 46 people, then it's instantaneous. If it's 3,000, it takes a while, I think. But for example, I think if we go and look at the tests that we exported, it should have been finished by now. So let's take a look. No, in this case, it's still processing, but I'm sure it's almost there. Then, how much time do we spend on looking for posts? Well, this is a little bit the philosophy also at Ample Market, right? So we are capable of automating all the tasks that are manual, that cost us time, like exporting these leads would cost us more time without Ample Market than with Ample Market. If we would need to write individual emails that are personalized, would take us more time. So the time that we win there is actually time we invest on searching for these relevant posts that we can target. So that's also why we have this LinkedIn post template that is ready for every LinkedIn post that we find. But that's the best advice that I can give you, is the time that you have available, search for it, because we know it directly impacts your sales performance, because we see on a daily basis that quite a lot of interested leads come from that approach. Okay. Can you filter the folks who like and comment based on the company size? I think in the extension itself you cannot, but there are ways to do that by exporting that list of leads, and then you can just take out the people that the rows that do not have the size of the company that you would like. That's definitely possible, but it's also good feedback. If this feedback I can also share with the team, and we can see if that's possible to implement that as well in the extension. So if that's okay. Somebody, yeah, again, the same question came from someone about how you can use this LinkedIn search functionality. I think I already gave a couple of answers there. Another one that is coming to me now is if, for example, you go to any of your competitors' page on LinkedIn, or not only competitors, but company that work with you, and you can also try to target the posts that they posted there. So in that case, it's not necessarily relevant to your it's not maybe a relevant target audience, but it might be interesting to start connecting with these companies. That's another idea that I just had. Okay, some people are interested in getting to know Ample Market better. Let's be in touch. I will also make sure that the team is aware of that, and we can set up a demo call to introduce you to the entire platform, so you can see its performance. Is okay. More about this LinkedIn search functionality. I guess one of the things that I suggest there is, as you know, that this is going to be high leverage sales approach, dedicate some time to understand your particular industry on LinkedIn. Who are the influencers in your area on LinkedIn? Who is getting the attention? And from there, you will start to understand some best practices. Okay. The same thing, someone is asking if you can filter on company location for the export. As of now, you would need to do that when it's actually in Ample Market. I can send more information in the email that I will create there. And just because I just don't want to take too long in answering these questions. Somebody is asking if there is any limitation on the number of potential leads. I think the only limitation is the size of the posts that you find. That's why it's very important to get yourself active on LinkedIn, so the algorithm starts to show you the relevant posts, the posts that you want to see. And if then a post goes trending in the industry that you're following, it will be easy to pick them up. So I think the only limitation here is the amount of time that you can spend on finding the relevant posts. Yeah, someone exactly more questions about. Okay, so I understand that this is one of your main pains, which is this when you export, that at the moment you're only able to look at the title. I will check if that is possible, but I will also make sure that in the report that I'm sending over to all of you, that there is a step-by-step guide on how can you actually do it as of now. Okay. Somebody's asking me, how do you make good pizza? I will give some tricks in the email that I send you, and I think the rest is all related to that part of the exporting. So I will dedicate that in the report that I want to send you, because I also know we spent our half an hour. So in that case, I just want to thank you once again for joining us. I think our idea is really to help you improve your sales performance with the data that we have on Apple Market side. So if there is any suggestion, any feedback, any topic that you would like us to target, let us know. My email is samuel@amplemarket.com. And yeah, I think that's about it for this time. Stay tuned. Our next webinar is coming up soon, and I would love to see you. I would love to see you then. If there's any other thing that I can help you with, let me know. And I wish you a great rest of your day. Bye bye, everyone.